What is going on out there, good people, and welcome back to LMD Trading, where I am living my dream trading. This is actually take 3, and I'm laughing because take 2, I recorded, I uploaded onto YouTube, and I listened, and it didn't have any audio. Set back down, I said I'd re-record it. I got to starting to record it. I look to the right. You always notice if I'm looking over to the right, that's where OBS is on that monitor. I did that and I noticed that the record button wasn't pressed. And I'm like, what the heck? So we're doing this one for the third time. Third time is going to be a charm. What this video is a video on how I mark my price levels on my chart. Friday, I went in before the market opened, before I started trading, because we know futures is always running. I remarked my price levels on my chart so that it would be easier for me to distinguish where the price level was coming from. What I mean by that is I look at 4 different charts: a 2-minute, a 5-minute, a 15, and a 60. Well, price levels can be found on each of those charts, and the higher time frame price levels carry a little bit more weight. So I did that Friday, and when I went back to do my recap Friday evening, I didn't really like how I had it laid out. I had a thick blue line. I thought that was off the 15-minute chart, and it was off the 5-minute chart. So I said today I was going to go in and redo the price levels. So that is what I did. Let's jump on over to the charts and we'll discuss it. Before we do that, I'm going to just quickly go over my layout. This here is my NinjaTrader Layout. Bottom left, I have this data box. What this data box does is if I highlight a candle, it will give me information for that particular candle. Doesn't matter which chart I go to, it's going to be for that candle that I have highlighted. It's going to give me the open, the close, the high, the low, the volume, but more importantly, it's going to give me the range of that candle. I use the range of the candle to get into my trades, or actually to not to get in, but for the risk. I use that for the risk. Upper left, this is the price ladder, or what NinjaTrader calls the super dome. This is where I actually get into the trades at, right here. This is where I set my brackets at. We'll come with the charts. Got 4 charts I'm looking at: 2-minute, 5-minute, 15-minute, and the 60-minute. And then I have another price dome, super dome, on the right hand side. In the past, I've used this one on the left for the performance account. One on the right I use for the eval account. That way I can easily get into a trade. What I'll be doing Monday is on this left hand side, it's going to be for the performance account, and I'll have NQ loaded up. Right hand side, it's going to be for the performance count, and I'll have MNQ loaded up. And the reason that I'm doing that is when there are candles like this candle right here, that candle is 24 points. If I took a trade using this candle, so let's say I'm going to put my entry right here, I'm going to put my stop up here. If I took that with NQ, the risk on this trade is almost $500. It's going to be $460. That same trade with an MNQ will be $46. So in the past, I might not take this trade because of that. Now I can just take it with an MNQ, and this thing paid later on in the day. It went, looks like a little over 2R. So I could have taken this trade. It would have been a long trade. Actually, no, it was an hour. Would have been getting in at 215, getting out at 315. So, but that's the reason why I want to do that. But let's go ahead. Let's jump into the reason for this video. So like I said, Friday, I went in, I did my price levels. I like it, but I did not like it. So what I did was I came and I remarked all of my charts. And if you notice, it's a lot of stuff going on down on these two charts right here. At the end of this video, trust me, it's not going to look like this. I'm going to have this thing cleaned up and it's going to look nice. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go in right now and delete all of these lines. And we're going to start from a clean slate. And I'm going to show you just how I go about marking my price levels. So I start with the highest time frame. Highest time frame that I'm looking at is the 60-minute. So I will blow up the 60-minute chart. This goes out about 60 days. I'm pretty much going to worry about from here up on the chart. So let's get going. I'm going to show you exactly how I do it. So when I mark my price levels, I look for several areas that are touching. So pivots, that's a pivot. And I want to see several pivots for that time frame. So right here, got like maybe 2 points touching right there. Got another point touching here. So I'm going to start at the very top. This first one, I'm going to do it. I'm going to right click. I'm going to go to drawing tools. I'm going to do a horizontal line. And you see F6 right there. After this one, that's what I'll be using when I go to add new ones. And I'm going to add this one right here at the top. And you see, it's going to drop it as a gray line. But I don't want to use that. That gray line for me means intraday price level. So I just double click it. It brings up the objects. And what I have are templates set up. So I'll go to load and you'll see red 60-minute. So I'm going to click that. I'm going to click OK. And bam, now you see that very thick red line. And yeah, we'll keep that one right there. So because I'm about to be doing nothing but 60-minute red lines, I'm going to click this one time. I'm going to right click it and I'm going to go to copy. And then I'm going to Control V on my keyboard and I'm going to paste. And I'm going to just look for areas that have several points touching. So we'll go with that one. I'm going to come down. We'll go with this one right here because you notice you got this wick. You have these points here touching. Right here is touching. Wicks over here coming through there touching. So that's a good area for me. I'm going to Control V. I'm going to look for another one. We'll go with this one right here. Actually, I'm going to drop it right. Actually, nah. We'll look for that one on a different time frame. This one here, I'm going to drop right here. And you'll see you got this point touching coming through here. We're touching through here, right here. This one didn't quite get there, but it tried. I'm going to go ahead, right click and copy this one so I don't have to go all the way back up to the top. Right here, I'm going to look and see. Nope, we just got 1 point touching right there. We'll come here. Nope. You notice there that solid red line, that's previous day's close. I'm gonna drop one right there because we had a point touching there, coming through here, touching through there. And we'll drop one more. We'll come down just one more time, looking for some more areas. We'll go right there. Again, you have points here touching, here, right here touching, and then coming through there touching. So that's going to be it for the hourly. Got a big area here. You see I didn't drop one there because you don't really have any points touching right there. So that's the hourly. We'll minimize that. And now you start seeing those lines transferring to all the other charts. Next, we're going to go 15-minute, and we're going to do the same thing. So I'm going to hit F6 this time. Since we saw that F6 is the shortcut key. And now look at this time frame. I'm going to drop it right there. Again, the default is the intraday. I'll double click, template, load, and now I'm gonna go red 15 minute. Drops a red line, not quite as thick as the hourly. So now I know if I see the thick red line, that's the hourly. Thinner red line is the 15 minute. I'm gonna copy. Now I'll paste that one. So here, notice the top area of this. We dropped the hourly on the lower one. Now look at the top one. That's more of a 15 minute. So again, Control V. I'm gonna come on down. We'll put one right there. We have these 2 points right here touching, plus that area right there touching. Again, I'm gonna just copy that one so I don't have to go all the way up as high. We'll come down. Again, looking for multiple areas touching. I'll drop one on this lower side right here because we have this point touching, this point touching. You come over here, it's touching. Right there, it's touching. Multiple areas touching. Control V again. Looking down, I'm gonna drop one. Let's see, right there. This area here is touching. Now sometimes you'll see these breaking over. Look at that. It had an area right above it, but you're touching here, coming through there, touching on down. So you get the picture. I just keep on doing that, looking for these areas. And that's how you find price level areas. You want to look and find where multiple areas are using that area for support or resistance. So I'm gonna come right there. It's a good 15 minute area there. Let's keep going. Kind of getting down to where we're trading at. We'll drop one there. I'm gonna keep on going. We got some areas touching here, right there. And again, I need to see at least 2 or 3 areas touching. So you have these. This is probably going to be more of a 5 minute area. So I won't drop that one right there because that's not a clear pivot area. So I'll minimize it. And now let's look again. You look at the 5, we're getting more areas. If I take this out, you'll start seeing more areas. But you notice up here is fairly clean. 5 minutes fairly clean. You get down to the 15 and the hourly, you start getting a lot of lines on there. But let's go ahead, let's do the 5 minute real quick. Same process. We'll take this out a little ways. I'm gonna hit F6, starting at the top. I'm gonna drop that line, double click. I'm gonna go to template, load, blue, 5 minute. So now 5 minute lines are gonna be blue. Control, paste. And now I'm looking for 5 minute levels. We'll drop that one right there. I'll Control V, come on down. You notice we got most of them covered now, but look, there's one tuck right there. A pivot, pivots over there. Copy this so I don't have to go up to the top. Let's keep on coming down. Let's keep coming down. Got a couple of little areas in there, but not gonna worry about it. I will drop one right there. You got areas there and you got areas right there. I'm gonna copy and paste so it's not all the way up. Let's come on down. Here's another good area right here. You have a pivot there. This one tried to break it. See over here, it used it. And the thing with this is, as I mark these levels, Monday, when the market opens, these levels, I might not have precise, and that's fine because once the market opens, I can kind of adjust these. I can kind of adjust them as the market actually uses these levels. And That's how you get your charts nice and tight. But that's all I do. So now, when we could look at an hourly chart, these things are going to be a hot mess. Let's go with, I like this area right here. So that's the 5. Notice it got a big area right here. There were no real price levels. Probably could add one right there. I will add that one right there. And again, the more you do this, the easier it is to find these levels. And the more you watch the charts and you see how the stock actually trades. Like this one here, I may even adjust this. And if you want to adjust it, you just click it. You get the little dot on there. And you just drag it down where you want it at. I think that's a better area for it. So now I'll minimize it. And now look, you get a ton of them on the 60 and the 15. But we got one more chart to do. Let's do the 2 minute. And I'm going to tell you how I do the 2 minute. So on the 2 minute, there we go. So I'm going to go ahead and blow this up. Let's say that I sit down at my computer at about 7 o'clock. And now that I've done this, these lines will stay on my chart. I will not touch these lines. I'll adjust them as needed, but these are on my charts to stay. But the intraday chart, or the intraday lines, which are going to be the gray lines that I'm about to add now, these will get added as the market is going. So let's say I sat down and I'm gonna take this all the way over here. It's 7 o'clock. And first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put one at the high of the morning. And I'm gonna put one just at the low of the new range that it's trading in. And then I can also come, and if I see some areas, and see now I don't have to click and copy and paste it. I could just hit F6 because I want to use these gray ones. So I'm just finding price levels on the chart as the market is going now. So let's say that the market is moving now. So this is the market moving. Notice it's going to be coming up to these levels I already have marked on the chart. So here I have a new high. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to drop a line right there. Keep it going. Keep it going. This is the new high. I'll drop one right there. I kind of got ahead of myself because now you see, this is when the market opened, 9:30. This is where you start getting that volatility. Market flushed way down. Notice this is using areas where I had dropped those price level lines way back there on the intraday time frame. But look at how the market came down. It tried to break the market high, didn't work, and then it just flushed on back down. And you see, I was taking trades all up through here using levels. Notice, got a line right there. This is a trade that I wish I can get back. I'm actually going to, this is a part 1 of 2. I'll do another video showing some live trades that I took, seeing how these levels reacted. On that chart, everything is going to be pretty much blue with some red. Not going to see any of these gray lines. It's like I said, this is just something that I started implementing today. And it's always about trying to better your trading. Always trying to find things that's going to make you a better trader. But that's it, y'all. That is it. I have my intraday lines on the chart now. If I did see any new price level areas, Like, let's say like right there, if I wanted to just F6 and drop a line, I could. Notice, look at that. It's using that area. But your 5, 15, and 60-minute lines are pretty much going to be all you need. They're going to be pretty much all you need. After I do my recaps in the evenings, I'll come in and click and remove all of the gray lines because those are intradays. I don't really need to keep them on my chart. But let me show you one other thing before I get out of here. Now you notice 60 and the 15 looks a little cluttered. The 5, if I stretch this out, it's not going to look too bad. But the one that I trade off of is my 2-minute. I have not found a way to just get rid of these two, but I have found a way just to keep it on my 2-minute. And I'll show you that real quick. You right click. Actually, let me get off of a line. Right click, go to drawing tools, drawing objects. These here are all the lines that I just added. So I'm going to highlight all of these. So I got all of them highlighted. And you notice right here it says attach to all charts. I'm going to change that. And I'm going to just attach it to the 2-minute chart. I'm going to click apply. Look at that. Now my charts, my 15, my 60, and my 5 is clean. And I really just need to see it on my 2-minute chart because this is what I'm trading off of. Now, if I do want to put this on the 5, I just have to click it, go to drawing, and tell it to do all. And then I just use those two. And that's usually what I do. I don't really worry about it being on the hourly and the 15. I use these two charts to get the bigger time frame picture in the mornings when I'm trading. So I can see if we're in an hourly downtrend or an hourly uptrend, see if we're in a 15-minute downtrend or 15-minute uptrend. But that's it, y'all. That is how I mark my charts up in a nutshell. As always, thanks for checking me out. My camera has frozen, so I'm going to click that off so y'all don't have to see me paused and locked up. As always, thanks for checking me out. If you have not hit that like button, please do so. If you are not subscribed, please think about subscribing. And as always, we can continue the conversation in the comments. Is this something that you all do? Do y'all go through and mark your price levels? If not, it might be something that you want to think about. The more that you look at your charts, the more you'll see that stocks respect price levels. And like I said, for me, I think it starts with the higher time frame, and then you just work your way to your smaller intraday time frames, and all it can do is make us a better trader. That's all it can do. So on that note, I'm gonna wrap this one up, and we're gonna be ready to take on the market tomorrow, FOMC week. So this should be a very interesting week, and I'm gonna be ready for it. So on that note, I am up out of here. We will be back at it again Monday. Peace.